All right, folks, welcome to another edition of the Lightning Cup. I am T-Bone. We're just here in Q2. 50 seconds remaining. Thank you, everybody. So top 10 will get in here. Chenzo, Jordan, and Rasta. Got to make it happen. Shout out to Foez, a.k.a. Fabio, newest full-time driver in the Lightning Cup, winning his first ever Mushroom Cup race last week. So good test for him here. Rasta Cheech will be eliminated. Let's see what Chenzo's got. Up top, we got Mango, we got Ty, Ferrari Pro, B-Tom, Ezzo, and RSC Jerome. Here's Chenzo across the line. I think he just missed out. Sorry, folks. I have a little cold, under the weather. Gonna try to soldier through this one. But we do have the Mango Man, the kid from South Africa, and P1 right there. We got Ty. Ty in his Lightning Cup debut last week. Started last, finished P2, so he has some exquisite pace. Ferrari Pro in P3, B-Tom in P4. Ezzo making his Lightning Cup debut here in P5. Jerome, Mac T, Frozen, Greg Jennings, and Fabio Foez in P10 right there. Tom, Chenzo, Jordan, Rasta, and another driver eliminated. All right, we're here in Q1. Shout out, by the way, to Bobby. Bobby making his Lightning Cup debut here. The very polarizing driver from the UK. Super quick. I used to call him Evil Mango, but right now, Mango's Evil Mango. Evil Mango. Oh, man. Shout out to Mango. Good to see him back with that pace. Jordan 2 Wavy, another great driver. Mac T. And we should have a barn burner here in Hungary. Not everyone's favorite track. I enjoy it. I think it's good for league racing, man. It's a different aspect of the game, you know? People can showcase their defending skills. And when you do make an overtake, it has to be very calculated. But yeah, for whatever reason. I know the dirty air is horrible, and the food around here is not that great around the track, but other than that, you know, it's not too bad. Shout out to Hungary. Where are we, Budapest? It's in Budapest. I don't know for sure. We're at the Louis Vuitton ring, we'll call it that. Playing this game makes me want to go buy a purse. Say that. So, 10 drivers remaining here in qualifying as we head to the water slide corner. See those water slides nestled in the trees? I'm the only one who notices them. I guess I'm going slow enough to look at them. Here's B-Tom, defending champion in the Lightning Cup. Once again, taking a victory lap around the field this season. Somebody's got to stop this man. I don't think Trump himself could. B-Tom on his out lap, though. So B-Tom will be the first driver to pursue a hot lap, and we're just going to leave you with the sights and sounds of B-Tom. Dropping a 114.9 right there. Can I get a 114.8? 114.8. Here's Ty. Invalidating right there. There's Jerome, a 115.5. We'll call that a banker lap, or piggy banker lap, maybe. Ferrari Pro, the legend from down under. Here we go with a 115.2. What a lap. I have argued in the past this is B-Tom's best track. He doesn't agree with me, but I think it is. Let's have a look here at Ezzo, multiple-time winner in the Mushroom Cup. Great driver all around. Never get to see him in the Lightning Cup because he usually has other obligations on Sunday. But he's here now. Again, shout out to Formula Kai for racing last week. It is nice to see they don't play with the rules in the Creator Series. Got him. By the way, shout out to the big dog Emerge as well. Definitely devout supporter of the Lightning Cup driver. He's probably watching this race from the gym. Although Emerge's gym definitely doesn't have like fancy TVs and stuff, you know what I mean? There's just chalkboards with these massive dudes calculating how much weight they lifted. It's chalk everywhere. I bet you Emerge just walks around in public covered in chalk. It's always just covered in chalk from the gym. Am I right, Emerge? Just walks around with his wrist wraps on. That camera thing that he points at his... Shout out Emerge. Here's Greg Jennings, my favorite driver. Star of the most recent F1 movie. There he goes. All the way from Alberta, Canada, where their igloos live in igloos, folks. He travels by snowmobile. He eats whale blubber every single meal. This is Greg Jennings from the Great White North. Shout out HMP Hooligans. And yes, of course, reaching temperatures of minus 30 degrees Celsius. That is freaking cold. Colder than a polar bear's toenails, folks. Greg Jennings. As a polar bear walks by his house, probably. Let's go, Greg. Greg and Chenzo having a fantastic season so far. As Greg Jennings taking the inside line on the final floor. Good work, T-Bone. Who made you producer? Ty on his O-lap, still with a very, very nice pass. Beautiful. Great racecraft. How about Mango up here? A 114.5. Absolutely stout as he glitches all over the track. The Teleporter. That's his new movie. The Teleporter. Mango. Heading to the water slide corner. He's already put in a 114.5. Mango has that pace back. He's been winning races at a rapid pace over the last couple weeks. Looking like the old Mango, dominating a whole race till the very last lap, then bottling a win. Vintage Mango, but he's got that skill. He can drive off at any moment. And Likely going to head into the pits here. Let's have a look at Ty. He'll be the next to go. Again, last week started 20th, finished P2, claiming driver of the day. And yes, he did get the driver of the day. It is done by fan vote. One fan. So here's Ty. Let's see. I told him this week to do some qualifying under the Louis Vuitton tunnel. Louis Vuitton, their shit just looks like they steal the Blockbuster Video logo. Now their Blockbuster is out of business. Again, Ty, friend of Frozen, has that background in elite esports racing. Whatever that may mean, but they are very quick. So, let's see what he's got here. Mango, world-class time trial artiste, I call him. Just claiming dominant time trial time after dominant time trial time. You might recognize him from the top of the leaderboard in France 2022, France 2023. Wait, was it in that game? We'll go with it. Baku last year, Portugal last year. Mango's the fastest man to ever exist on Japan's short, folks. And Ty pulling in right there. Okay, so we'll head in here with defending champion B-Tom. His qualifying pace has improved immensely over the last couple months, and it has made a huge difference. Shout out Jerome, one of our favorite drivers, former full-time driver in the Lightning Cup, making a surprise cameo. We appreciate him. Shout out to Hugh as well. And Jerome, man, the Frenchman, going in a P2, a 1:14.9. It used to be RSC Jerome. He's VMV now. Oh, we got some contact there. Jerome retiring from the session, and someone's driving into the back of him. Well, that's going to go over like a fart in church, folks. Who exactly was it? It was Ferrari Pro on his out lap there, incurring damage. Maybe Jerome retired the car on track. Something happened. But I swear, man, if Ferrari Pro didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. It's shit. That is crazy. It's like 3:30 a.m. in the morning, 4:30 a.m. where Ferrari is in Australia. This is going to be difficult now because, yeah, he's not going to have time to make anything happen here. So very unfortunate. Jerome hits Ferrari Pro with a baguette. Salt with a Bradley weapon. Shout out to Gallius as well. Here's Mac T. He'll head out to his hot lap on the next time around. I'll be back in a little bit, folks. This is a goddamn Lightning Cup. So Mango Man, who's going to tango with the Mango? Could it be B-Tom? Heading across the line here. We're at the end of Q3. Lightning Cup, Hungary. B-Tom shooting at the P2 right there. So we got Mango, B-Tom. We got Ezo in his debut race in the Lightning Cup, starting P3. They'll take that one. Again, I am your host, Greg Jennings. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So we got Mango, B-Tom, Ezo, Jerome Len, a.k.a. RSC Jerome, Mac T, the aforementioned Greg Jennings, Ferrari Pro, Ty, Foez, a.k.a. Fabio, and Frozen. That'll be our top 10 as we head into this one. Thank you, everyone, for the support, for the love, for the hate, whatever it may be. We're here Sunday in a rainy Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's raining cats and dogs out there. I think I saw Kev Wood's mama fly by. So, looks like it could be a little overcast at the track, but I don't foresee any sort of ominous weather, anything nefarious happening other than the drivers behind the wheel as we zoom in there on the paddock of one Bobby. This is Bobby's world, folks. The maligned driver, the polarizing driver. He has been as divisive as they come in the pits. He is the love child of Mazepan and Lewis Hamilton if you put them together. So you're going to go somewhere in the middle there. Once in a while, he will exude professional racecraft and performance, but other times you might see something else. We were reminded of that historic F2 race back in the day. Yes, that F2 race in CDR, one of the favorite races all time of Rick Stratting, Mango. Definitely not a favorite of Cam Rudy. And Bobby has worked diligently to rebuild his reputation. This is a redemption story. I would say it's about rehabilitation, but he never had the abilities in the first place. So it's more like the habilitation of Bobby, folks. And we are going to watch this here. The villain story arc, Bobby. Perhaps looking for the story of the year here. What a great comeback story. Can't be a comeback because he was never here. Okay, I got to stop. Anyways, his teammate Jordan 2 Wavy, of course, always a formidable threat. Rasta Cheech, Mac T, and those Ferraris. Man, oh man. And again, shout out to Emerge, always for sure. When he retires the car, he just puts it on his shoulder and walks back to the pits. Oh, we're starting. My God, we are starting, folks. Lightning Cup, Hungary. The latest iteration of this shit we call the Lightning Cup. I love it. Thank you, everybody. Mango on the pole here. Who's going to tango with the Mango? Or will it be the bruised Mango? Somewhere will Yuki be smiling as Mango bottles it? I don't know. Here we go, though. Underneath Mango, looking backwards, this is what he would see. And getting off clean, that's always big for Mango. Most of these drivers on the medium tires, only 2 on the hards. Nobody electing for the softs. Jerome, though, how about that? In P5 right here on the hard tires. Greg Jennings. What a masterful move there. Greg with a masterclass. Unbelievable. Hell of a move there on Ty, the German driver. Of course, Greg Jennings from Iqaluit, none of it. Doing his thing. Look at him go. Look at the feisty moves by Greg Jennings here. Looking to perhaps get through Ferrari Pro next. Greg Jennings has made a name for himself this season. Definitely one of the feel-good stories of the Lightning Cup season. The emergence of Greg Jennings. on the bigger scale stage, if you will. Mango now out 1.3 seconds early. Love to see it. Mango, the winner of the first ever Lightning Cup race. He has to get his flowers, so we'll give him that bouquet. Mac T, multiple time race winner in the Lightning Cup as well. Here he is in P4. And again, Hungary, very controversial sometimes, this circuit with the dirty air, lack of passing, but I kind of like it because you have to show that defending skill, kind of. And if you want to make that overtake, you really have to do a calculated move and pull it off to perfection. So I respect it. I think Hungary's a good track for the F1 calendar. Again, I don't race in these. I'm a fan, though. I'm a fan. I do enjoy the water slide out there, too. But here's Ferrari Pro in P6 in that Haas. His teammate Sozzetti unable to attend. Shout out to Sozzetti. Great driver. And here's Bobby, folks. Bobby in P9. It's great to have Bobby here in the Lightning Cup, I think. But yeah, it's been an experience for sure over the years with Bobby. It's good to see, man. Good to see. Lap 2 of 35 here. Let's have a look at winners and losers. All right, look at this. The U-Haul mover of the race right now is none other than Bobby, up 4 spots. Then, of course, Rostachich up 4 as well. Ferrari Pro and Jerome. Ferrari Pro's going to look to get it done here. Up the inside, a little bit of contact, a little argy-bargy, excuse me, sir. And Jerome's going to have to relent on those hard tires. Perhaps just didn't have the grip. Well done, great racing by Ferrari Pro, the legend from down under. Chenzo picking up a 3-second penalty. Very rare for Chenzo to make a mishap like that. So for now, we got Mango. The Mango Man. Still leading the way. Clear the DRS. We'll keep an eye on it for now. How about Ezzo maintaining that P3? We know what this guy has done in the Mushroom Cup. And man, it is converting. I always wanted him in this league. Just the timing never worked out. So good to have him around here. I'll be back in 30 seconds, folks. This is the goddamn Mush Light Star Cup. Oh, but quick, we got Greg and Tai. We have a rivalry brewing right here. Look at Greg Jennings. He is feisty. Greg Jennings just got back from the x-ray, and the doctor said he has that dog in him. Look at him go. These guys are duking it out here. Someone called Dookie Monker. And Ty holding off Greg, but I have a feeling Greg's coming back for more. Greg Jennings throws a snowball at Ty. Come on now. Alright, I'm taking the break. We're going to keep it peeled right here. Don't forget Bobby on the back of Greg as well. Bobby and Greg, of course, have crossed paths in the chat before. Bobby's a new man. This is good. He's always had really good pace. Again, he just picked up the new game. So this is his first race on F1 25 too. So can't judge him too hard here. He's been very solid though. Very solid. All right. Oh, in the background we have someone crashing. That's Rostachich. Hitting the wall, losing both end plates. Devastating there for the young Quebecer. Here's Tom 1998 approaching that McLaren of Bobby. And Tom on those hard tires now. Up to P9. Further up, Jerome and Ferrari Pro. These guys have been dancing. Oh no! A little bit of contact there. Ferrari Pro able to gather it. No visible wing damage on that Haas car. We have to get Ferrari Pro in the Ferrari next season. I'll put him in Mac T or something because it doesn't feel right, him not being in the Ferrari. F1 Haas Pro. Fabio, man, won the first Mushroom Cup race he ever did Thursday. Getting a little reality check in the Lightning Cup, perhaps. Great driver. Just wetting his beak here in the Lightning Cup. Ty, the first of that front group to make a pit stop. Let's have a look if there's a wing change going on. Or it's just tires. Okay, so he's throwing on the hard tires here. Lap 8 of 35. It's Justin Schrei, defending Mushroom Cup champion. P12 right there. And let's have a look here. That front group. Mango has been chased down. Vitom is known as the tire masseuse. Look at Ross Cheech. Fastest lap of the race on the hard tires there. Well done. What a stop. Yeah, Vitom has an uncanny ability to manage those tires and get the most of them. More so than any driver that I have come across in this game. Mango heading into the pits there, so yes, Mango was hurting there, losing some time. Mango dipping into the pits there, the young South African phenom. 35 here, round number 8, I believe, in the Lightning Cup, season number 2. Again, appreciate everyone for supporting me. Greg Jennings and Tom here, duking it out. Greg Jennings says, may I have this dance? Tom on those hard tires there. And no, Tom pushing a little too hard, going around the outside where maybe there's not as much grip, losing it. No damage. He is back on track, but it'll cost him about 2 seconds. Greg Jennings fighting hard there. How about Jerome on these hard tires? He has looked good this race, and now he's about to enjoy the fruits of his labor, grinding out those hard tires. Mango has rejoined the race in P14 on those hards, so we'll keep an eye on him. Lap 10 of 35. Unfortunate there. Tai had a moment. First of that top pack to make the pit stop. And that'll hurt his chances at any undercut right there. So both Kick Saubers had a little moment, but Tom is taking a second right back out of Greg here. Frustrating, though, to fall back that much on those hard tires. And Jerome still nipping at the heels of that top three. Mango, fastest lap of the race. Going hard at the undercut right there. We do have a Haas. It was Ferrari Pro. Grass on the tires. Something happened there. And now... Oh, no! So Tai retiring in the pits here. Fortunate for him. So no visible damage on Ferrari Pro's car there. Man, oh man, that's frustrating. Let's see if Jerome can make something happen. Kind of stuck in the dirty air back there. And we have Ezzo heading into the pits. Mango charging here, fastest lap of the race on those hard tires, going for the undercut. And he is making moves aggressively, not wasting any time here. He knows he has to clear these cars. And, oh! I don't know, Mango! By any means, holy, he is not backing down. Beat Tom and Mac T pitting. So Mango's going to hit his undercut big time, seemingly here. He's got a clear Shry, which he should do right here. Look at Mango holding that grip. Beautiful move. So Greg Jennings and Shry staying out. Greg in P3 on those mediums. Oh, Mango! Losing it. He gets a 3-second for that. Oh, he shouldn't get a 3 for that. Losing the rear. Going off the circuit. Further back. It wasn't yellow. Okay, so Jerome out in front here. P1. Started on the hard tires. Ezzo trying on the same corner that Mango did around Shry, and this Ezzo gets it done here. Nice pass by Ezzo. See what Greg heading into the pits here. Mr. Jennings. So the Mango Man leading the way here. He's got a 3-second penalty next to his name, unfortunately. Tom 1998, the last driver to pit, still out there. Jerome did make that pit stop. And Jerome put the hards on? Dude, he started on the hards. So Jerome started on the hards, and he's got the hards on again here. I'm not sure if this is a plan or miscommunication with the team radio. Oh no, Chenzo. Give Chenzo an invite. Quickly though, Fabio, his Lightning Cup debut race, as well as Ezzo. Both of them looking pretty good here. And Bobby. We got 3 guys making their Lightning Cup debut. It's Bobby's world. We're just living in it. Solid drive from Bobby, man, I must say. Just about halfway through this race, Chenzo rejoining. Shout out to Kaname, man. Just having some connection issues. So unable to... Just frustrating for him to get lagged out a bunch of times when you're trying to compete and win. So as of now, Mango has his 3-second gap covered. We know he has a pole pace here, so we'll see if he can hang on. B-Tom's going to need to get through Ezzo ASAP. It'll be imperative. Hugh retiring from the session in the pits. Shout out to Hugh Janis, I believe. That must be German. So B-Tom. All right, Jerome and Ferrari Bro both out. Oh my goodness. What on earth? I look away for 30 seconds and I think something happened there. Oh, looks like 3 cars may have been involved. Ay caramba. All right, so Mango and Ezzo making their pit stops. 11 laps to go. B-Tom, Mac T are front runners. Now Greg Jennings into P3 here. Great race from Bobby here. Up in a P6. Overtaking Shenzo. Good to see from Bobby. Got Ezo and Mac T battling for P2 or P3, with Mango now getting away. Mac T on 19 lap hard tires. Ezo had a moment, evidently, heading into the pits. likely going to retire the car, fortunately. Never mind, going out on the soft here. So they'll run it back. 2 laps remaining here. B-Tom out in front, King of Hungary. Mango catching him, but he's got that 3-second again. Something maybe he'll appeal. Mango 11-lap newer tires, so could be a storyline here. Mango's penalty, the one that got him the 3-second, the final warning, to me looked like he could maybe appeal it. That'll be for someone else to decide. Anyways, this could be for the race win, this battle now. Mango Man had the pole. He has taken maybe a step back, you could say, for Mango over the last season or two, getting used to the new game, the new system. But as of late, he has looked like the Mango that we all know. So here we go. Catching beats on one thing, passing another, especially at this circuit. We'll leave it here, watching Mango. Nice move there by Foez on Chenzo. We're on the penultimate lap here. Mango battling B-Tom. Mango, a 3-second penalty. We will see if it comes off or not. So we are going to watch this one here, see how Mango attacks, or if he attacks. And Mango making the overtake. Oh, a little bit of contact there. And Mango moving into P1. 3-second penalty next to his name. That'll be a discussion for the stewards after. Hell of a drive from Mango, B-Tom, Mac T, and Greg Jennings is always there at the end. A grinder. Fine example of consistency. And B-Tom. Be hard to keep up with Mango here. That tire difference. And what pace by Mango. My God. Reintroducing himself as a threat. One of the elite drivers in the community. Mango Man. But for now, it does look like B-Tom will hold the victory. Another great drive from B-Tom. We'll watch Mango cross the line here. 3-second penalty, but what a drive from Mango. And he lags out at the end. Oh, so B-Tom getting the victory there. And I think Mango lagged out, so even if he appeals, oh, that's brutal. So B-Tom, Mango, Mac T, Greg Jennings, here he comes, folks, and with Bobby right behind him. Well done to Bobby making his Lightning Cup debut. Great drive from Bobby. Fabio Foez, good drive from him there in a P6. Ezzo spinning in the background. He had a great drive until that very end. Whatever happened, he had a moment. Shout out Ezzo, Shry, Chenzo, Jordan 2 Wavy, Ross Cheech, Frozen, Maha, Tom, Ferrari Pro, Jerome, Hugh, Ty. Appreciate you all, man. Congratulations to B-Tom racking up yet another victory. Mango Mac T, Greg Jennings, Jordan 2 Wavy tossing in the fastest lap of the race. They're scooping it. Take that. Well done. All right, folks. Again, congrats to B Tom. Great drive from Mango as well, man. Mac T, Greg. I got to give love to Bobby here. Bobby, my driver of the day. Lightning Cup debut, going 13th to 5th. Stellar drive. Justin Shrive fighting back. Jordan, great drive as well. And Rasta with a grind. Foez making his Lightning Cup debut. Solid drive here. And folks, I kind of have a cold. I'm going to wrap this one up now and get some rest. But much love. We love you all. I'm T-Bone. Spin the Lightning Cup. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week from Parts Unknown.